Is that credits? Yeah. So I guess that was the dark ending. Dark, capital D. Not dark as in bad, necessarily. Taking the throne seems to be rekindle the flame, and leaving it seems to be let it go out again. Can I skip? I can't skip these. Unskippable credits. Okay. I do have a couple of things that I'll clear up, although it won't be very much. Part of Navlaan's quest. And I think I mentioned how to actually get the Aldia key, which is a really dumb thing. But I guess I can use this time to put in some thoughts. The big question, of course, is it worth upgrading? If you've already got the old version of the game, is it worth getting this one? I can't really speak from a multiplayer point of view, because I don't really much care for the multiplayer aspect of Souls games. It's not my thing. I believe, objectively though, yes, the Scholar of the First Sin is a better multiplayer experience. From a purely logical standpoint, as time goes by, more people will be playing this version than the old one. And of course there's also the thing about you can get more summons and invaders at the same time, so that's just, yeah, from a purely objective point of view, that is better. But aside from that, what changes were there? Well, was it more difficult? Yes, I think technically they did ramp up the difficulty. The problem is the way they did it was pretty much just by throwing more mobs at you. All those hollow soldiers in the forest there, right near the start of the game, instead of making them a bit smarter or putting in some different enemies, they just threw more mobs at you, and that I didn't much care for. The changes of... Well, actually the biggest one, we'll talk about the biggest change, is supposedly the graphics. DirectX 11 instead of DirectX 9. First of all, there's absolutely no reason they couldn't have put DirectX 9 in the first version of the game. Allegedly they did it because of consoles. I don't really want to get into that because I don't know any specifics. But obviously PS3 and Xbox 360 did not have the graphical power of a PC. But you might as well say that the PS4 and Xbox One don't have the graphical power of a modern PC either. I don't know, that's really speculation on my part anyway. But the changes in the graphics of the PC version are almost non-existent. It's all the same skins, same textures, same walls and areas. The only difference was a couple of the rooms had some darkness in it. That is really poor, honestly. It's just not worth the change, just for those few changes in darkness, in light settings. So that's a negative point for it. What other changes were there? Apart from the enemy changes, well, apart from adding mobs, there were different enemies in different places. Some of them kind of made a bit of sense from a lore perspective, like the Haid Knights in Haid's Tower. Although my sort of thoughts on them in the first games, they were supposed to be a bit like the Black Knights from Dark Souls 1. Not necessarily tied to a specific area, just dotted around being sort of arseholes. But in truth, they weren't as difficult as the Black Knights. The Black Knight in the Undeadburg, for example, if you're going against him in low level, you'd better either be really good at parrying or know how to cheese him out. Otherwise, he will probably mess up your day. And the Haid Knights really weren't that bad. But there were other changes that sort of didn't really make much sense. I seem to recall some mannequins. The lore of them is they should only be in the windmill, the Harvest Valley. They were made by Mytha. There's no point to them being anywhere else. But they were the little shadow dudes who, in the old version, I think they only appeared as ads in the Flexile Sentry boss fight, so they didn't really make a whole lot of sense in the first place. But they were dotted around. There were a few of them elsewhere. What else? There were dragon riders. I guess that one in the Shrine of Amana was sort of guarding the king's stuff, so that kind of made a bit of sense, I guess. But a lot of them just seem to be thrown in just for the sake of making changes, and same with item placement changes. They just seem to be changed just for the sake of putting change, just so they can say, hey, you know what, this is a different game. It's not the same game, you need to upgrade. It's, didn't really understand the point of it in most cases, and if truth be known, if that's how they wanted it to be right from the start, then why didn't they make them that way in the first place? It's just... yeah, so overall, I guess, I don't know much longer these credits are going to go. Overall, is it worth upgrading? If you've got the old version and you're not much for a multiplayer, no, it's just not worth the money. Even though it only cost me, I think it was only $16 because it was on sale, 16 US. But if you've got the old one, it really should have been a free upgrade on for the changes that they've made. I don't know how much from a technical point of view it would make to change to DirectX 11, but every other change, simple patch would have done it. A simple patch. A lot of people will of course go the cynical route of, oh, they're just trying to scab more money. They might be, I don't know. I'm not privy to their board meetings, their business direction. But just, yeah, overall, if it was a free upgrade, sure. A paid upgrade, it's just not different enough. I suppose it does include all the DLC, so if you don't already have the DLC, or you don't have the first version, yes, sure, go for this version. It is cheaper that way than to get the original version plus the DLCs. Otherwise, if you've already got the old version and you've got the DLCs, and you're not going to be playing online too much, you're not too worried about a multiplayer, probably just not worth it. Realistically speaking, it's just, yeah, I just don't think it was worth buying the game again, just for the minimal changes they made. But anyway, that is my thoughts. We've already seen all these credits, but I can't skip them. So I think I'm going to do a cut here and come back to just cleaning up. I think I'm only probably going to do Navlaan's and Aldia's Keep stuff. I'm not going to worry too much about the rest, because I kind of got a bit burnt out, starting with the Dragon Shrine, really, just the changes in the enemies there. Even though I eventually sort of stumbled on the solution, it just really pissed me off. And pretty much everything after that was kind of going downhill. Maybe this is the end of the credits, maybe I don't need to do a cut. Yeah, so I'm a little annoyed at some of the games, so I'm going to take a break after I've done this. I may come back with this character and finish out all the other bosses and everything. Don't know if I'll record it or not, but even if I do, it will take a while for me to do it, so yeah. Anyway, it looks like maybe I did manage to get through the credits, just blabbering on about bullshit, which is unusual for me, because normally I don't speak bullshit at all. Everything I say is just pearls of wisdom dripping from my lips. Alright, well, because I did die and I do need to be cursed to go and talk to Thingamy Head. What's his name? I didn't want to touch the pool of blood, I wanted to talk to you. I don't really have anything else I need to do with all these level ups and souls and I don't even know what's my soul memory at the moment. As I've said, I'm not much into the multiplayer aspect, so I don't even know what the soul memory, the meta is for PvP. My soul memory is nearly 2.4 million. I don't know if that's high or low. Anyway, hang on, no, before I do that, I've got to go and talk to Creighton, because he should now give me his stuff. And then I can go and talk to Navlaan. The thing is, for part of his quest, I guess it must be after I've given him Kale. Did I say Creighton before? I meant Kale.
Even more. I don't. It
You're gonna give me
it makes me. Wait. Who are you again? Fate, take these.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And, yep.
Wait. Who are you?
So, yes, obviously his life's work has now been realised and he's hollowing out. It seems to be more of an abrupt thing to hollow in Dark Souls 2 than it was in Dark Souls 1. Lucatiel. What's his name? The Morglin. Once you've given him shitloads of stuff, he forgets about everything. He's just... Well, he doesn't hollow particularly, he just forgets everything. Well, where to go is Aldia's Keep, which is... Yes, this one. Now, I don't think hollowing was quite as well... What's the word I'm looking for? As far as NPCs go, it wasn't quite as well implemented in Dark Souls 2 as it was in Dark Souls 1. It was less subtle, perhaps, is that maybe that's what I'm thinking. I might not have autocorrect on the camera. Not sure. Now hang on, I'll go and talk to him before I start talking his shit. Alright. Quickly, quickly, quickly. I'm hollow, yes, good.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target is Felkin the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his. What do you say? Yes, very.
He says that after everything, I think. No, maybe he doesn't. Alright. That scepter that he wants is the one that was in this chest that was just outside here, just near that bonfire, the mimic chest. I had to look up where it is. It turns out the only way to get it is to talk to Falcon. Well, you can kill him, obviously, which I don't really care about. Or you can talk to him when your int and faith are both 20, I think it is. So pretty much in order for me to do that, I would have to respec or kill him, and I don't really feel like doing either, to be honest, so... At least not at the moment. That might be the end for his quest, just at the moment. That's another thing I might do later. Now this is... Ooh, hello. I can't seem to dodge. Ooh, you got all that poise on you. Wow, and a lot of range. What the fuck was that? Uh-oh. Thank goodness. Attack, please. Oh, god damn it. Who is this guy? And where did he come from? Oh, how could that... Ah, you skunk. I mentioned how stupid this is. This is how you get the key. Apparently there are 4 of these things somewhere. Jesus. I don't actually know where they are off the top of my head. No, there's not one there. But I've got to light all these. And find where the other ones are. I wonder if there's one behind that ogre. Are these pricks going to recombobulate? Oh, that's where you went. You weren't there before. You must have run away. I don't know if there's going to be guys popping out of here at the moment. Looks like there are, but there wasn't a torch there that I saw, and those guys are so hopeless at their job that it doesn't really matter. Are you actually gonna... You are. Oh! I'm glad I said he's hopeless at his job. Get wrecked. Why can't I backstab these guys? I really don't know. As I'm trying to recover my stamina, and he just keeps... Alright, so where are the other skulls? Apparently there are 4. And I don't actually know where they are. No, just double check there wasn't one in there. But that's how you get the key.